Hello, good evening, and welcome to this week's episode of your favorite show, She Is, the show that, of course, empowers women all over the world to believe in themselves and set out to achieve their dreams despite whatever challenge that comes their way. I cannot do this show without my amazing sponsors. First off is Smile GH Photography. Smile GH is a production company that are experts in the production of all your events, and I mean all your events. So call them for your weddings, your anniversaries, your conferences, for your parties on 02610-89346 or 02400816636. Also follow them on all social media platforms at Smile GH Photography. Also thanks to Templessy Courts for their sponsorship. They've been amazing since day one. Templessy Courts is a home away from home. If you want a place to have fun, there's a pool, there's a bar, there's a grill, there's a gym, affordable, luxurious rooms. Contact Templessy Courts now on 024-473-0025 or 0244-292520. Templessy Courts is located inside Joli, right opposite the Embassy of Equatorial Guinea. Also thanks to Ogidi Brown Enterprise. They are the producers and distributors of Kim Marble, beautiful and affordable tiles. So if you want some for your home, call them now on 020-2065-920, 020-2065-920. Also thanks to Queen Cash Kitchen for the amazing and delicious food that they give us all the time. Call them now for your rice, your jollof, fried rice, soup on 057-65-91430 or 024-170-510. Also thanks to Excellent Framing GH. You can find them on Instagram at excellent_framing_GH. Call them now for your amazing frames. If you have that wedding picture, that graduation picture, and you want it framed for the future, call them now on 050-6153316, 050-6153316. Also thanks to Smart Trends for my lovely outfits. You can contact them for your engagements outfits, for your casual outfits on 027-13-81428, 027-13-81428. My name is Richmond Opong Frimpong, and after the break, you get to meet our guest. Welcome back. If you just tuned in, you're watching She Is, and today on the show we have Miss Esinam Seade. She is an entrepreneur. Hi Essinam, welcome to the show.
Hi Richmond.
How are you?
I'm blessed. It's good to see you.
You're looking so pretty.
Thank you. I needed to thank him. I should say thank you. Or you too.
Is this how you look on a normal day?
Well, it's kind of like my everyday step out kind of look, I think.
So you always have makeup on?
Usually if I'd step out to meet people or to do something quite interesting. There are some days I would not really put it on, but I think it's just enhance a few facial features. Let me look a bit well done.
Presentable.
Exactly.
Okay. So I know you, I know this face from Lagos. I know from SRC.
Right.
But for those watching for the first time who do not know who Esinam is, tell us about Esinam Seade.
My name is Esinam Seade.
Okay.
The first Seade. Some people say Seade. I mean, it's up to your discretion, whatever makes you comfortable. And the meaning is a certain destiny, or a certain law. So, you know, you're right. I'm happy my parents gave me my last name. Anyway, so I am the first of 3 girls. I have 2 other sisters behind me. A beautiful, humble family. I was, so both degrees were from the University of Ghana. So my first degree and then my master's from the University of Ghana. The master's was in international affairs and diplomacy. The first degree was in psychology and English. while on University of Ghana campus. I entered in there as Miss ECOWAS in 2013, and then through that process I was debating for University of Ghana on a national platform and sometimes international, and then it gradually ushered me into student politics. Decided to run for SRC president, and I became SRC president.
We'll get there. But growing up, how would you say your personal, who was Esinam Seade? Were you timid? Were you the talkative type?
I grew up in a very humbling community. I grew up in a family house, a typical Ghanaian family house. Yes, in Accra. I grew up in Achimota, in fact, but not the flashy parts of Achimota, because anyone who hears Achimota assumes it's the prim and proper parts of it. In a little community called Kopevi, which literally means a small village or a little village. You have people in the community, you know, take care of you in your parents' absence. So many kids share a little space, a little bathroom, you know. So I had that true sense of community upbringing. I picked up Tree and some other languages in the community. You know, my mom is Ga and my dad is Ewe. I grew up with so many cousins, and you would find a lot of fun in learning from each other and telling people what your parents have taught you and why they shouldn't do certain things they are doing. There wasn't much competition as to who is better than who, but while you're growing up, you have that sense of, you know, Kofi's dad has a big TV, you know, and why does mine not have a big TV, you know? So through that whole process, you're seeing that, look, actually, there are people who are doing some other things else, which is giving them the chance to own bigger TVs than your parents are. And those things that I saw every day instilled in me that sense of purpose that, look, I know where I'm coming from. I went to high school and saw so many people do really well because they didn't have to struggle so much in doing other things, but just focus on books. But here I am doing other things. So I have a lot of background stories that I want to get to a point in my life where I know this is the time worthy enough for me to share them.
No, we would want you to share a bit.
You know,
because that is what the show is about. To
right.
Because the ladies out there are looking at the glam, what you put out there. They do not really know the work you put into
to get to that point. Exactly. It makes a lot of sense. So let me just scratch the surface. As young as 10, 11, wake up at dawn, almost like 4 a.m. every day, 10, 11 years. My mom used to sell, she had like a rice joint, so they sell rice, wachi and all of that. And you have to be involved, you're the first child, you know, help them cook or pack the things. You know, so literally you have a direct sense of, and these things, we didn't see them as somebody pressurizing us, or because you are not the only child in the community whose parents are engaging in economic activities to support what they're doing. I never took, while I was in primary years, I never took money to school because while you need food, you just need to go to where they're selling the food, whatever is there. So if the whole time you're eating rice, that is all you're going to be eating for lunch the whole time. And we were okay with it, you know. That sense of contentment was there. So I moved on from there, got into JSS, and then my family got hit by a huge accident. So my dad had a huge degree burn. He became almost inactive for some time. So I had to hit the streets and sell. So I was hawking on the streets for some time. Anyone I tell that never believes it. So in traffic, you know, so forth and so on. But anyway, some of these struggles, I never saw them as pressure. I thought they groomed me or they molded me to becoming who I really am. Not that I would want my kids to do that, but it was not in the wish of my parents to see me do that as well. Every parent would want to see the best, you know, and as much as possible offer them the luxuries they can have. So that sense of contentment and knowing that I was being a support system to my family in getting to somewhere, you know, was just enough.
And now you got to Legon, University of Ghana. What actually led you into student politics?
So I got into first year. In fact, I wanted to come in, and I never tell people. So I applied for law. I was all, you know, well, let me take that. Between coming to Legon and finishing high school, I did a U.S. high school diploma. So I have a high school diploma from the U.S. and then I graduated from Keta Senior High School. I did a year abroad. I managed to transfer my grade, so I graduated with honors in the U.S., blah, blah, blah. So when I came back and I finished Keta school, I had to do the Miss ECOWAS. It was by some special appointment. So I did that. Then, so a lot of people don't, because it's been what, 7-8 years? So it's been long. It's been long. And I'm the kind that like to move on from every milestone.
So you don't really talk about
it? Not really talking about it. I feel that was a phase of my life. I did what I could do there, on to the next. And so, for instance, a lot of people who knew I was very active in student politics, now you talk about it and I don't even show any form of interest because it's a phase. It's supposed to be an opportunity to grow. And once you're done, you move. That's my belief.
So what led you into that?
Then back to your question on what led me to that. I got into campus, was quite head off at that time. I debated for my hall of residence at that time, and then the whole conversation started. Who is this young lady? Blah, blah, blah. So then first semester, level 100, I started representing my hall at the SRC. And then it started. I wouldn't even talk much. There are days that I would just make a submission.
The fact that people were, talking about, okay, so who is this?
No, it's because I went on to debate for the hall. So, when you get to level 100, at that time, inter-hall debates was a big thing. So I represented and I made it to the top 3, I think. And then people thought I had good oratory skills. And so how about you go and represent our interests as a whole? If you've done for debates, you could equally do it for SRC. And then I did that. Gradually, I was getting involved in that. When I came to University of Ghana, I came with my own network. Even though I wouldn't say I knew so many people in level 100 on campus, because most of my colleagues were ahead of me because I had taken some time off. So I knew more of the people in the corporate space. And so when it comes to sponsorship and everything, student leadership in all universities has a lot to do with sponsorships, funding, finding money aside what the SRC dues will give you. So that was my unique selling point. The fact that if you need anybody anywhere, even if I don't know somebody, I have the ability to walk into some office and get things done.
Yes, because it was all over that for your campaign on campus, it was the NDC that was behind it.
No, so, well, that was what people said. But for what I know, both parties had their own candidates.
Yes, because the other party,
both parties had their candidates.
Yes, so there was that band.
No, so both candidates had their different candidates. Okay. And it was a typical woman in leadership scenario where a young lady, we're not so sure if she can win. Can we just not bet on her yet? So a lot of attention started coming towards my side after the first round. So you understand. And then it was at my discretion to say, okay, I want your money, I don't want your money. I don't want to stooge. So I did it a lot. I mean, the work was in. It was quite intense.
What would you say, how many doors has that opportunity created for you, being the SRC?
So many, even till now. And I keep telling people that I will give you the agency, I would give you the opportunity to do something, but what you make out of it tells more. If, for instance, I became SRC president, and through that my sister is also using my platform to do a lot of things, and she got into my life and she used my network. It's just a classical example of how much you can use somebody's agency or an anvil somebody gives you. So I walk into certain places, and so now the name still resounds, even if they don't make the face out. Yeah. They hear the name like, oh, it sounds quite familiar. People who were in Legon before I was, people who came after me, who had, and it's about finding the right opportunities to use that, and make the best out of it. So it does. Wow. Very beneficial.
We are still talking to Miss Esinam Seade. The conversation continues after the break. Welcome back. Okay, so Essinam, what do you do now?
I do multiple things now.
Tell us
as
about
always.
all of them.
My primary thing I do, in fact, let me not even put something primary or secondary or whatever. So in no particular order, I do international trade advisory. I currently am a project manager with the delegation of German Industry and Commerce in Ghana, which is the German Chamber of Commerce in Ghana. And so I do trade advisory, I do consulting stuff. On the side, I do Essydel events. I've been doing that since 2014 or 2015, even before I became SRC president. I started that as a social enterprise, and so I offer 360-degree event services.
Okay.
Family, social, corporate, and so forth and so on.
Why that? Why did you start that?
The events company. So how I started it was interesting. So two things. While I was on Legon campus, I was doing a lot of agenting for ladies to usher at events.
Okay.
And so I'll do for government agencies and ministries, so forth and so on. And I had that around that time. It even got to a point, in fact, I started doing the ushering myself. It got to a point I stopped and I just had to send ladies. And then I direct from wherever I am, pay them at the end of the project, So I got a few tips, and I was just really good at planning, putting things together, even from high school. So it just came as a natural. So I sat and thought, look, this would be good to register. Let me just register an events company. And around the same time I was registering, I decided to do a lot of kids parties because on campus I was doing a lot of mission work, go to communities, do kids parties for children for free. And I had a lot of friends in product companies. So Promazador, Casapreco, you name it. And I'd tell them, and then they would support. I write proposals as if I'm doing like a project on campus, and they would support with products. I take it to communities and, bless the lives of kids who do not have it. It was a social enterprise from the beginning. Then gradually, because for somebody who is doing like a huge fair for kids, 500, 600, you can definitely be able to take care of people's boutique events. So I would come back to Accra and do little events, and whatever profits I get, I plow it back into the social things again. And that is why I have not stopped till now. Whenever I know that a year has been good and I'm able to, even if I don't get the opportunity to food it myself, like exclusively, I speak to people and I still get the support that I can.
Wow.
And then I do it all the time. Last year I did 2 different charity events, one in June and one in December. Wow. So that was the basis for it. The event space has always been like a side wing for me because I know that most of these things are just stepping stones. The business part is still there, it's not going to go. I'm diversifying now. I have Bespoke by Essydel, which is like an interior design curation company. So I curate ideas and then I put it together for people, work on people's projects. I started off doing a pro bono.
You are a very busy woman. I should put it that way. How do you juggle all those? How are you able to manage your time? Is the 24 hours enough for you?
Well, it's enough if you know what to do at what time. Let me be honest. At a point of my life, but my mom was calling me Ghana Bayi because she thought like I was trying to carry the whole of Ghana on my shoulders. And it's because I've told myself this is the time I have all the energy. Like this is the time. Oh, how long are you going to sleep? And no matter 8 to 12 hours of sleep still will not satiate. And so, So how about you just make some sacrifices? And I get flooded with so much business ideas. It actually got to a point I just flag it off to somebody. If I see that you have a finesse or you are looking for something to do, I tell you, hey, how about you look into this? Just give it a shot. If you need some direction, I'm happy to assist. I'm happy to talk you through.
Did you influence Della into training to pageantry?
I won't say I influenced it. I mean, I did it. She saw me do it, but not to even speak in her shoes, but it was at that point of her life where she thought a little spice or a little challenge would do her so much good. And so we encouraged her to do it.
Now, what do your sisters say to you? I'm sure they are so proud of you. What do they say to you? I'm sure they look up to you so much.
They think I'm overly ambitious sometimes. Like they think, okay,
because you are doing so much.
they think this is crazy. Sometimes, and the problem with doing so much is you easily get the tendency of not completing something when you started. And so that is where the leadership skills come in. How are you able to get somebody to tag along to do something that you've started, you know, or to be consistent through the process? And sometimes I try to pull Della along, but while she's growing, I also need to understand that she has her own ambition.
Exactly.
And because we started Essydel together.
Yeah.
So she actually does more like floral styling and the rest, and I do the
design.
Yeah, so the set design, I do the ideas and the brainstorming, and I have access to any vendor you can think of in Ghana.
Wow.
So it's like I am like the connect and like where to get what, and then while we are on ground, she has some skills in putting things together as well.
Those watching, have you heard? Send her a DM now. If you need any vendor in Ghana, talk to
I can search you. I can search you.
Wow, that's nice. Now, how is your social life like? Because you seem so busy. You are so busy from morning to evening.
I have a social life. Come on.
Do you have time for him?
I have a social life. I have so much fun.
Do you have time for him?
Can we not talk about that?
No.
And the reason I'm saying this that no.
You're single.
So this is the thing, right?
Okay.
This is the thing. I think I've done an excellent job of keeping my private life private.
Okay. Yeah.
And I really enjoy that. You would never meet anybody in town who would assume or claim that Essinam is
this.
You won't. Person. And it's because if you're not careful, I am into so much. I am into people's spaces and people's businesses. I might think people are my friends, but not really. And so I don't want to always deceive myself that everybody who's around me is there to sing hallelujah, you know, or Hosanna, whatever they say. I mean, notwithstanding, I think that it's also very important for me to keep sanity when it comes to my personal life. Otherwise, everybody is saying something, everybody's throwing things at you, exactly. And you might lose a sense of self. So that's it. But I do have social life. This Christmas, I had so much fun.
I was watching you.
I was everywhere.
I was really following you. But let's talk about the challenges with all that you are doing, because I'm sure it's not easy. You don't write to people and then it's all the time that you get the sponsorship from them. And so maybe it gets to you and all that. But what are some of your challenges? Have you had instances where you write to certain men and they want to take advantage of you and all that? Because we hear that a lot. So what are some of your challenges?
So the good thing is I have actually grown through a process to get to where it gets difficult. If I get stuff, for instance, today I am juggling speaking to a client of Essydel and then speaking to project owners of a particular trade job. And then a family thing comes in. Okay. You need some sanity. So today I had to call. Sometimes I have a couple of friends. Usually male. No, so a couple of friends that I can just pick a phone and call. I'm like, yo, my head is burst, you know, and then I vent it all out, blah 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 blah, and they're like, yo, cool down, this and that, because you see, people lose sight of the essence of having mental health. I mean, making it very important for you, keeping that sanity while you're doing all the things that you do. So it's really important to just have a good mental health posture when you're doing most of the things. Another thing too is when it comes to women and how they handle issues of men. Unfortunately, right now, we are having so many people who are approving of certain ways of life that they think can be the leeway to you living a very comfortable life. It comes back and hits you, because I want to get somewhere in a couple of years, and then I don't want anybody pointing hands at me and giving me names or tags. This is somebody who has her personality or her image, you know, very important and preceding anything else. So everybody has different ambitions. Somebody thinks it's quite comfortable to be friends with or have adult friendships and still have her way go through that. It is not in my position to judge. But while you are not comfortable with those things, I do not expect you to compromise on your morals or your principles in getting things done, because these things are really short term and you will not even have the sustenance or longevity to run through things. You will fizzle out like a dead flower in no time, you know. So as much as possible, if need be, just strive ask God for strength. I'm a firm believer, and so I would always want to push in that God factor. Have a firm belief in what you can be able to do with the help of God. Use the people around you. Use your network wisely. You might look down on some younger friend of yours who can be able to give you a loan of X amount of money, other than going and saying you want that money free from somebody and like, comes back to haunt you. Yeah. Okay, and on the part of talking to clients and all that, see, I remember there was a whole year or two I had no single event. And so if you are the one who is trotting all over and saying, yeah, I'm an event planner, I'm an event planner, what that does to you is it shatters your ego and it makes you doubt who you really are. And that is where your confidence in yourself and the fact that you constantly remind yourself of where you want to go to comes into the picture. So once a while, you just need that activation that, look, I mean, it might not be falling in place right now. Guess what? I might even be doing better than somebody who's sitting somewhere at maybe the age of 28 or 29. Tell yourself that, or 30, tell yourself that, look, I'm doing all right. I have somewhere to lay my head. I have good food to eat. Possibly you own a car. I'm driving. My parents are sorting me out on this. I'm okay. How about somebody who has no parents? How about somebody who has no friends? So how about somebody who doesn't have a single loved one to turn to? People are depressed and walking on the streets of Accra, so count it all joy and just have that confidence in yourself. Constantly reactivate your energy.
A lot of people are doing all that you are doing. How different are you doing yours and how are you getting the clients?
It's true. Lots of people are doing events, but I keep saying that the market space is big. Just find your niche. The event space is also such that there are people who have been lucky and they've worked all these years. And there are people who we see now that are like very, very viral, have been doing this event thing decades past. And so when your time is up, you would radiate. That's what I keep telling people. In the event space, somebody needs to be sure that you've run 100, 200 events, and so they can entrust. Maybe it's a simple event, but they still are really interested in what experiences you have, especially when you are dealing with corporate people, So just find your niche. When I started, I would ask people, what is your budget? What is your budget? Let me see what I can do with it. What is your budget? Because you see, other than letting them go, because maybe I want that luxurious event to do and I am not getting it, I let you give me the opportunity to practice even with your event and make sure I deliver and confirm with myself that what I did is worthy enough. And that is what people don't understand. Don't take it too hard on yourself when you are in the event space and you're not getting jobs. It's with time. Somebody will start and within that year, the person lands like a very, very huge project. Yours might take maybe 2 or 3 years to come. They just need you to be consistent. Because guess what? We need maybe on the 3rd year that you decided to quit, that's probably the year that somebody is going to come your way, And so what I do that makes me very different is I have very kind of conversation with people because you see, everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody deserves to have a good time. But the fact that you don't have the financial wherewithal shouldn't prevent you. I know so many people who do events and mark up hugely. And I ask myself, it's kind of who dear How about you're fair to people? My mom taught me that if I'm going to sell, I bought something for 7 CDs and I sell it for 10 CDs and I can get 3 CDs from it. And I can sell that 10 CDs, maybe 50 pieces of it. But I decided to do 20 CD and only 5 people. I'm not able to sell more. So how about I do many and lump sum whatever benefit I can get, and it's better off. And what you're doing is you're actually touching the lives of people by doing very less amounts but more.
Wow, Essinam, you've really inspired, I know a whole generation. Now, your final words to any lady watching you who was, looking down on herself, who thinks that, I'm starting an events company, but I'm not getting any clients. Those that are coming my way want to take advantage of me, or the budget is too low and all that. Tell them something.
Okay. See if I can look in your camera and do that.
Yeah, I bet.
See, nobody's perfect. Let me be very honest with you. We are all trying to figure this thing called life out. There is clearly, aside the Bible, which is our manual, there are clearly no specific manuals to things like relationship, to things like knowing yourself, to things that like achieving what you want to do. Every step is just an opportunity for you to better up. So if you're sitting down and you're doubting what you really can do, I want you to look around you and understand that the very fact that you're alive alone means so much to somebody else. When you die today, somebody would definitely cry, unless you're just an island. But I'm just here to encourage you and let you know that up until you know that you've reached that self-actualization, you have a lot to offer to some of us. So don't give up.
Essinam, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, 2, 3, 5 years? In this comedy era?
So, I am not trying to be overly ambitious, but if God touches my heart, in the next 5 years, I don't mind having a PhD.
Wow.
Already or almost finishing. I mean, wow. The next 5 years, I should have kids. Yeah.
Okay, so the man out there, hello, how she is. Wow. Essinam, we continue after the break with the smartness level segment. See you. Welcome to the smartness level segment on She Is Show today. Hello, Essinam, how are you? Are you ready for us? So on this segment,
why am I not able to do everything?
On this segment,
okay,
you answer 3 beautiful but interesting questions. And if you're able
are
to
they
answer,
like multiple choice?
No. This one is give and take. I ask you and give me an answer. And we go. I got it. So
don't let anybody think I'm not smart. Anyways.
I think it's an opinion, right?
Oh, it's an opinionated question?
Kind of.
Okay. Then I'll have an answer.
Okay, so on this segment, you answer 3 powerful questions. If you're able to answer the 3 right.
Is there a correct answer or a wrong answer?
A correct answer.
No, I mean like, can I say something and it's wrong? Or yes. I can never be wrong?
You can be wrong.
Okay.
It's actually not opinionated, so let's get that straight. So you answer the 3. If you're able to answer all, you get to walk away with something beautiful that's around you. But but if you're not able to, you see the door you came from, where you came from. You just pass there and then go back home. Are you ready? So your first question. Hey, see the way you're looking at me, relax.
Yeah, okay. Don't worry.
Okay. Are you ready? What is full of holes but can still hold water?
This is like riddle, right? What is full of holes?
Yes, but can still hold water. Hi, Essinam. Are you there?
Dude, like I just went blank yet. Full of holes.
Yes, a lot of holes. I can still hold water.
Like water can literally like pass through it?
It can hold the water.
Hey.
Should I help you?
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you.
Is it a food? Is it a no? Don't tell me the answer.
Oh,
is it a meal? Is it a food?
No, it's not a meal. It's something. It's something. You use it every day. Except, if I say that thing, you get the answer. But it's very simple. Should I tell you?
I use it every day.
It's the every day. Oh. Every day you use it.
Shower.
What?
A shower.
Shower's the thing.
Not until you open this day, so not.
Okay, let me tell you the answer. Maybe I'll give you 4 questions. So this one's a bonus. Okay. It's a sponge.
I wanted to say sponge.
What did you say?
I want to say a sponge, but I was like, Okay.
What kind of shower? Let me guys over.
Like, because I wanted to say so bad. But
Okay. Your second question. I'm sure you've heard this before, but let me try. A plane crashes on the borders of US and Canada. Where are the survivors going to be buried? On the borders of US and Canada.
A plane crashes?
Yes, on the borders of US and Canada. So where are the survivors going to be buried?
But your question didn't say there were people on the plane.
Okay, there were people on the plane.
Okay.
So it crashed on the borders of USA and Canada. So where are the survivors going to be buried?
Everybody will be buried wherever they came from.
What did you say?
No, okay, so they stay on their bed. So I mean, if it crashes, it bends, so they're dead. They're dead.
So they'll be. Maybe see and they see.
I know.
Did you listen to the question?
No.
Where are the survivors going to be buried? Do we know?
Oh my God! They're not. Oh my God. Dude, like, you have humiliated me to the highest order.
Okay, your second question. Okay. The first one was a bonus question, so your second one.
This is bad.
No, it's not bad. Give me food, and I will survive. Give me water, and I will die. What am I?
Fire.
What?
Fire.
The final answer.
Fire.
Like final
Yes.
answer. Eh? Somebody clapped over there. That's why you were so sure to say like
but like, what dies out with water? Please promise me you're going to scrub the first two.
No. It's going out. Okay, your last question. What is bigger, Mr. Bigger, Mrs. Bigger, or their baby?
Take it again.
What is bigger? Mr. Bigger, Mrs. Bigger, or their baby?
A human being.
Pardon?
A human being.
A human being.
Yeah. Mr. Bigger is a human being.
So
Mr. Bigger is a human being.
So who is bigger?
You didn't say, you see, the first part you said what is bigger.
Oh no, I said who is bigger.
No, we said what.
Okay, so who is bigger? Mr. Bigger, Mrs. Bigger, or their baby?
Who is bigger?
Yeah.
So it's a person. So a man or something.
Should I give you the answer?
It's a surname.
So who is bigger?
Bigger is a surname. Right? Stop making me feel stupid.
So should I tell you the answer?
Wait, so you said who is bigger?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Mr. Bigger, Mrs. Bigger,
Yeah.
or
the baby, their baby.
the little baby.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Is that who is bigger?
The little baby. The baby's surname is bigger. So the little baby. The little baby, I think. To be honest.
Essinam Seade. Boza.
Mabona.
Hey, what Jason? No, wait, the question ready, I'm sure you get it. Last one.
Guys.
Okay, so Esinam's father has 3 daughters. There is Della. There's 20. Who's the last daughter?
Are you kidding me? Essinam.
Pardon?
Essinam. Essinam father has 3 daughters. So there's Essinam 20. Is that Della 20 and then some other person who is supposed to be the daughter of Essinam's father. So the person is Essinam.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Hey, you! I'm sure you've heard this somewhere.
No, but like you made it so easy.
Yeah, I made it so easy.
Why do you even say 20 though?
I should have made it 30, 20.
No, you should have
50.
I am a bonza.
Well, Essinam, thank you so much for coming on the show. You've really inspired us a lot with all that you are doing. Nobody knows, like, this pretty face, this beautiful woman sold rice at some point. You know, people do not really see what you do behind the scenes. And the time, I'm sure the time you go to bed after production here, you are going, right? But you still have to wake up the next day and then, you know, move. So thank you so much for coming. But when you come on She Is show, you know, despite waiting your questions, then you cannot leave.
Really?
Like wait to 3 out of
no.
5.
And then I just lost 2. The first 2, the rest I want all of them. Please, I'm smart.
Okay, so
so 3.
There's something very beautiful.
Please take that again.
So out of 5,
3 over 5.
It's which are 2.5 because I held you.
No.
The first one was in part, so like 2 out of 4.
You gave me 5 questions. The first 2 were wrong, and then the one fan me cry. You didn't give me any bonus.
Okay, so 3 out of 5, right? Okay.
No, you even said 3 out of 4 because the first was a bonus.
3 out of 4.
Yes.
Hey, no.
The first was a bonus.
Hey, that.
Yes.
Hey.
Tea for things.
So thank you so much for coming. Too. This is for you.
Thank
you.
She
Is so appreciates you. Thank you for being an inspiration.
Thank
Esinam
you.
Seade.
Oh, this is amazing.
Rockstar Essinam.
Oh, this is cute.
You love it, right?
I love it.
Thank you so much
for coming.
Thank
you so much.
This is how we wrap up on this beautiful episode of She Is, the show that, of course, empowers women all over the world to believe in themselves and set out to achieve their dreams despite whatever challenge that life throws at them. The show is proudly brought to you by Smile GH Photography. Smile GH is a production house that are experts in the production of all your events. So if you want that event of yours captured, call Smile GH on 026 1089636 or 024 0081636. Also, the show is supported by Templessy Court. Templessy is a home away from home. So if you want a place to relax with the family or a place to have the conference meeting, call Templessy Court on 0244 730025 or 0244 292520. Also, thanks to Ogidi Brown Enterprise. They are the producers and distributors of Kimabu, beautiful and affordable tiles. Contact them now for anything to beautify your homes with on 020-2065-920. Also, thanks to Queen Cash Kitchen for the amazing food that you give to us. Call them now for your stews, your soups, your bankus, your jollof rice on 057-659-1430 or 024-170-510. Also, thanks to Excellent Framing GH for the beautiful frame that we just gave to our guests. So if you have any beautiful picture that you want them to, frame for you, call them now on 050-6153316. And finally, thanks to Smart Trends for my lovely outfit. If you want something like this, call them now on 027-13-81428. My name is Richmond of Onfrempong. See you next week.